What's good, everybody? Is when I come back at you on another video. So this video is going to be an extremely powerful video, and I highly encourage you to watch this video till the end because I promise you I'm going to be delivering you gems with this one. Title of this video is The Journey of Self-Actualization. So I know the term self-actualization is a new term, right? And so I'll read the dictionary definition of it so we can be on the same page, right? Self-actualization is the realization of one's full potential, a state of being where an individual is truly living up to their capabilities and appreciating life to the fullest. The reason why I titled this video The Journey of Self-Actualization is because this is actually the true journey for you to be on. This is actually the journey that each and every person wants to embark on throughout the duration of their life, because self-actualization is never actually a destination. It is an ongoing journey, and this is a journey of growth, right? If I go back to the definition and read the first part of the definition again, it says self-actualization is the realization of one's full potential. I'm saying it again, realization of one's full potential. You see, your journey in life is going to be just that, realizing your potential. And this is a journey that you need to embark on for yourself, because most people who are here on earth are not reaching or realizing their full potential or striving to arrive at their fullest potential, because it is so much easier to just do what you're being told by authority, by your supervisor. Now, I'm not saying by any means just go rogue and be rebellious, but what I'm saying is that people will just accept the breadcrumbs that they've been given in life, because that is what most people get. Most people just get whatever it is that they're given, and they just go with it, and they say, well, this is just life. But life is not meant for that. Life is, you have one shot here, one chance, one opportunity here. Why wouldn't you strive to reach your fullest potential? Why wouldn't you, work towards creating a life that's going to make you happy and becoming someone that you can be proud of, and striving to become the best version of yourself? It sounds silly to not do that, knowing that you only have one opportunity here, right? But most people, they refuse to do that because it is so much easier and it's so much comfortable to remain where you're at. The journey of self-actualization is a lifelong journey, because it is a journey, a constant journey of growth. You can always improve. You can always get better. You can always level up. There's never a destination. And what better thing to go after than striving to be the best version of yourself in all areas, right? That to me is fun, because there's always something new to go after. There's always something new to reach for, right? And once again, this is a journey for you to embark on, and a journey of you realizing this potential within yourself. Words can't even begin to describe how you begin to feel once you realize that you've been great this entire time. Because most people, they just think or believe that they're just a regular person, that they're just an average person, and there's nothing special about them. You can be or have anything. You have divine power within you, omnipotent power within you. You can be or have anything in this lifetime, and you are worthy and you are deserving. See, most people settle for less. They settle for the breadcrumbs in life because they don't believe they're deserving, right? And when they think about accomplishing something big, or owning, or receiving a lot of blessings and miracles, right, they'll say, why me? Well, why not you, right? You have so much potential and so much greatness tapped into you that you had since birth, that is available within you, available at all times for you to tap into and access. And yet most people don't, because they're not aware that they have that power within you. So if the majority of people are just unaware of their true power and the true potential within them, and you're one of the few people who are aware of that power within you, it's really easy to succeed in life now, isn't it? Right? It's really easy to get ahead because most people aren't even actually trying, right? This is why you need to continue investing in yourself at all times. You need to continue reading books. You need to continue listening to audio. I'm talking about positive, uplifting information. You need to continue, just as you feed your mind each and every day, you need to continue feeding your mind each and every day so that you can continue growing and getting better. And you should also begin questioning everything rather than just doing things because this is the norm or this is what everyone else does. Why not begin questioning things? Question yourself why you do the things that you do, and is it actually helping you get towards your goal or where it is that you want to head to, right? Because once again, you have so much potential and greatness within you. It's just a matter of if you want to look inside yourself and bring that to the surface, right? The other half of the statement says, well, self-actualization, right, is the realization of one's full potential, a state of being where an individual is truly living up to their capabilities and appreciating life to the fullest. So I believe that your life does not truly begin until you begin your journey of self-actualization. There's so many people who have lived an entire life and has never truly lived their life. Right? I'm gonna say that again. I want this to sink in because I truly believe that your life doesn't start until you embark on your journey of self-actualization. Right? That most people have lived an entire life span of time, but they've never truly lived because they've never lived their life reaching their full potential or living up to their capabilities, right? If you truly believe that you can be or have anything as lifetime, which you can, by the way, I'm confirming it that you can. Why would you settle for less, right? And if you believe that, you wouldn't settle for less because you can have anything and everything. So you just wouldn't just settle for breadcrumbs, right? Last part of the sentence, it says appreciating life to the fullest. Like I said, you've never actually lived until you begin your journey for self-actualization, because that is when you can begin appreciating life. You can appreciate the beauty in it. You can appreciate the world for what it is. You can find joy in everything. When you're on your journey for self-actualization, you're on this journey because you begin changing. You accept your potential and your greatness. You know that you're great. And so you operate and you navigate through life with a supreme confidence, knowing that things are going to work out, knowing that you are going to create the life that you've always wanted, right? You will have an unshakable confidence, but more importantly, you will begin operating with this belief that anything is possible. You will begin having the right attitude at all times, and you will change. You will no longer begin having the same limiting beliefs and thoughts that used to creep into your mind, because beliefs are nothing more than thoughts that you think over and over and over. So some thoughts that people like to think is, I'm not good enough. I mess everything up. Everything I touch, goes bad, right? Nothing ever works out for me. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough, right? These are thoughts that people have all the time that leads them to believe that they're not good enough, that they're not capable. And so if you truly believe that you weren't good enough or capable, you're probably not even going to try anything. You're probably not going to attempt anything. You are just going to remain where you're at, because being where you're at is comfortable, because you're already familiar with everything, so it's comfortable. And then if you don't ever strive for anything, right, people are afraid of being judged by other people, right? Even though it's just an opinion, who cares? Everyone has one, right? But some people will just refuse to take action or try anything new because they don't want to fail or be the laughing stock by other people. If you don't ever do anything, then how can you expect anything to ever change, right? But this is what I mean. You, when your journey for self-actualization, you begin to change those thoughts or those negative limiting beliefs that you probably had back then. Those aren't creeping into your mind anymore because you know this is not true. And you will begin operating differently. You'll begin telling yourself that you are capable, that you are good enough, and that you are going to win. And you're going to put your best foot forward each and every time because you know that you're deserving of it all. You know that you're worthy of it all. It's just that simple. Most people just believe that they're not worthy, so they don't even try. The fact that you are born and you exist, right now watching this video, you exist, you are worthy. You are deserving. You deserve to have it all. You will have it all. So this is why you need to continue pushing forward, right? So the journey of self-actualization is actually the true life journey that you need to be on. And this is your journey of untapping your true self, because your entire life, you're always learning new things about yourself. You're always uncovering new talents, new gifts, new preferences, right? You're always learning about yourself. That's what makes life enjoyable, because you're always finding out new things about yourself, and the journey of self-actualization will help you arrive there. I can't even count the number of people that I've seen have so much potential to be great, so much potential to accomplish great things, and they have greatness within them, and yet they just let it go to waste because they are afraid of what people will say, or they're afraid of failure. Who cares, right? When you are on this journey of self-actualization, that's when you begin to accept your greatness and tap into that. And you're not going to let anything else tell you otherwise, right? So this video is actually two parts. That was the first part of the video. I didn't share what the second part is of the video. The second part is this. So you have the journey of self-actualization. The other part is using your imagination to see yourself better than the outcomes, or better than the condition that birthed you, right? So this second part of this video is using your imagination to see yourself better than the conditions that birthed you. And this is extremely powerful too. And this ties into self-actualization, because self-actualization is you reaching or realizing your full potential, right? That's you realizing that you had greatness within you this entire time, that you were in fact born rich, and that you have so much to offer to the world, that you're just not at the mercy of your environment or your set of circumstances, that you are in fact in control and have been in control this entire time, and you're going to go out and make things happen, right? So in this case, using your imagination to see yourself better than the condition that birthed you, right? Some people fall into the trap of seeing their environment, seeing the lack, seeing the poverty, and thinking to themselves, there's nothing that I can do because there's nothing here. There's no opportunities. Nothing exists. But what you need to understand is there are opportunities right where you stand. There is so many things that you can do. There's so much value that you can provide. You can make a difference right where you're at. It does not matter what your environment or your set of circumstances look like. You have opportunities right where you stand, and they are there if you will look hard enough for them, right? Like, they exist right where you stand. And if you use your imagination to see yourself better than the condition that birthed you, then what you're doing is you're using your God gift, right? The power of imagination to create anything you want in your mind. And you can bring that out to the surface, right? Me right now recording this video, this version of me, I created this version of me many years ago, right? Many years ago, I envisioned what would a better version of Joel look like. It's someone who's confident, someone who holds his head high, someone when they walk into a room, they command the room, right? Someone with supreme, unshakable confidence, someone that operates with morals and integrity, right? That lives by their values, someone who's respected by everyone, right? And then also to envision myself, right? I would also envision myself wearing a suit, pretty much dressed like a businessman, right? Because I want, well, first off, I look great in that, but It's also so other people can look at me and take me serious, because I'm someone that is serious about what I do. I'm someone that's passionate about this. I'm someone that has invested in themselves to strive and show up and be the best version of themselves each and every day. And I want to help inspire other people. The version of me that you're seeing and meeting, that you've gotten to know from all these videos, I created this person in my mind. And this version of me, I brought them to the surface. So this is the other part to this video that is extremely powerful, because you can use your imagination to create any version of you. You don't have to accept the previous version of you that's always existed. You don't have to accept the version of you that you feel is, that you believe is a loser, someone who's not good enough, someone who's constantly behind the curve. You don't have to do that. You can wake up and say, you know what, from this moment on, I'm going to win. I'm going to show up as a supremely confident version of myself, that everything I touch turns to gold, that I can be, do, or have anything. And so I'm going to go out and make it happen. You can create that version of you in your mind. So this is what I mean. For most people, their lives do not start, like they don't actually begin living their lives until they start the journey of self-actualization. And the unfortunate part is that most people never begin their journey. They just accept life for what it is. They accept themselves for who they are. And then if things don't go their way, they'll just throw their hands up and say, you know what, that's life. That's never been life. You have access to a power that there's no limit to. And that's with your imagination. And going on your journey, beginning your journey of self-actualization, that means investing in yourself, learning, growing, listening to positive material, reading books, right? You will begin to realize that you've been great this entire time, since birth. All this information I'm sharing with you guys, video after video, I've had all this information within me. And this is information that I believed about myself, but it took me reading the material and exposing myself to the proper material and the proper mentor for me to realize that this was in fact the truth the entire time. And so I'm just doing my due diligence to share the truth with you guys, because I also want you to experience this for yourself. If you were to drop me back a couple years ago, I'm completely different than who I was years ago. Completely different. And there's no way I could ever return to the version that I was back then, because I've just grown so much as a person that it would not be possible. I see the world completely differently than how I used to back then. And I see myself completely different than how I used to see myself back then, because I see myself as someone with unlimited potential and capabilities, that I can be, do, or have, and accomplish anything. And I share this with you because I believe the same for you, because I'm no different than you, right? I'm human just like you, except I just uncovered the information that allowed me to be comfortable in my skin and accept my greatness and potential, and now share it with you. So, wrapping this all up, just want to highlight, this journey of self-actualization is going to be the most important journey that you will ever embark on in your life, because this is you realizing your full potential. And once you realize your full potential and your capabilities, that's when you can begin living life to the fullest and enjoying it all, because then that's when you realize that this world is yours and it's been yours this entire time, and you can be, do, or have anything. You can accomplish anything. You can become anything. You can make yourself whatever it is that you wanted to, right? There's no need to wait. See, because people love to talk about time and waiting, that you have to wait for your time. When you accept your potential and your greatness, there is no longer a time delay, because you will step into your greatness right now. So there's no longer a time gap. So there's no need to wait anymore, because you can tap into your greatness right now. And then you can truly appreciate the rest of life, because then, just as you've seen greatness in yourself and understand there's greatness in you, you understand that there's greatness in each and every other person. You will understand that the world is an orderly universe, that good things happen all the time, and good things happen to great people all the time, right? You no longer, those limiting beliefs, those negative beliefs, those negative ideas, you will begin filtering those out and getting rid of those things because they don't serve you and they're not true, right? And you will accept that you have an imagination, right, which is divine power, and that you have access to it at all times, and you can create anything you want in your mind, which you can use it to create the life that you want to live. And you can use your imagination to essentially create the better or perfect version of yourself to bring to the world. A version of yourself that you can be proud of, that you can be happy to show up as each and every day, moment to moment. A version of you that's going to have such a positive and uplifting attitude. You're going to be optimistic. You are going to have a magnetic personality that people are going to want to surround themselves with you. That people are going to want to try to figure out what changed with this person. Like, Joel, what changed with you? Well, I changed and I accepted who I am because I've been this entire time. And it was bottled away until I came across the right information and the right mentors, and they empowered me to open the bottle and let it all out, right? This is how it all works. When you use your imagination, even if there's lack and poverty and it's just people complaining and problems and everything, you can still use your imagination to create such a powerful version of yourself and bring that version to the surface. And because of that, right, if you change and you've now operating with the right energy, the right mentality, the right attitude, the rest of the world needs to change because creation happens from the inside out. So as you improve and better yourself, the rest of your world has to change by law. It's not my opinion. This is by law. That is how creation always works, from the inside out. So you've had this power within you this entire time. And this is the blessing right here, to go on this journey of self-actualization. Because once you've began your journey and you've arrived, once you see yourself changing, once you see yourself becoming a different person, a better person, having different thoughts, showing up with a different attitude, the right attitude, showing up smiling, jumping out of bed because you can't wait to take on the day. You can't wait to show up as the new and improved version of you, because you know that there's going to be so much great things that's going to unfold in your life. And you become appreciative of everything in your life, because when you get to this point, right, of accepting your potential and your greatness, you begin to realize that it doesn't matter what happens in life, because everything is working out for you and everything is happening in your favor. So you can smile through it all. So there's never actually a reason for you to worry about anything, right? It may take time for you to get to that point. And of course, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. But embarking on this journey, this is when you truly begin to live life. Most people just remain the same and stay the same, and then they wonder why their life has been the same for decades. Going on this journey, this is when you change, basically make a 180 change on your life, all for the better. And then things around you have to improve. Things around you will begin changing, things around you will begin to improve. And there won't be an explanation for it, but it will. And you will be left being filled with such happiness, joy, and gratitude for the person that you've become. And you appreciate this life and this existence so much more, the way it was intended to be appreciated. So, most important journey that you will ever go in your life is a journey of self-actualization, which is you reaching your full potential and reaching your capabilities. And you can also, when you get to that point, right, and learn that information and continue growing and expanding, that's when you realize that you have access to an imagination, that you can see yourself better than the conditions that birthed you. Because you, as you bring out the best version of yourself, by law, your external environment, your set of circumstances, your conditions will have to change. And then people will applaud you and commend you, because then you decided to become great. And people will be inspired by you, and you'll essentially give people permission to also do the same. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to the big milestone of 1 million subscribers, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.